We are spursed out today, Chibs.
Are we? It's for because.
Yeah, we're gonna talk. We're gonna pod about it.
We're gonna pod about all of it. Comments. Leave us a comment. Shut up. Let's go. Oh wait, it would help if I put the volume up.
Hey y'all.
Welcome, everybody. My name is Chibbi.
My name is Rooster.
And this is the Puro Pinche Podcast, a pop culture and politics podcast with a South Texas twist.
We are made by Mexicans in Texas.
We are made in Texas
by Mexicans.
Let's go, people.
What's going on, lunch meat? We hope y'all are feeling great. It's Friday. It's litty. We're potting.
The weather is changing.
The weather is changing in South Texas for the better. Mm-hmm. Very demure right now. She wakes up. She's, in her nightgown. Uh-huh. It's breezy.
All you need is a light jacket.
That's all you need. It's a windbreaker, as it were.
Yeah.
And and then by the middle of the day, she's a horny mess.
She is. She's hot and bothered.
Hot and bothered. She wants you to be hot and bothered. Mm-hmm. Your jacket has to go.
That's right. However, we've got something coming in. I don't know. The weather should be changing soon, says the weatherman. But according to you, the weathermen don't know shit.
They don't.
So.
This is the only region of America where I feel like weathermen are at this weird disadvantage that they don't talk about. Where like other places they can understand, okay, the breeze is, I don't know if it's because of the hill country and then like our proximity to the Gulf of Mexico versus like the way that heat travels down. I swear, I don't think I think it's impossible to accurately predict weather here.
They're like, this is what could happen, but honestly, anything could happen.
Yeah.
Because at any moment, shit just comes at us from all sides.
Yeah, the only other place I ever knew weather to be so chaotic to where the weathermen are just throw their hands up like, I don't know, is like in Central America and places like where they get rainy seasons. Uh-huh. And it's just like, hey, what's the odds of rains this week? 99% all week. When? Couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
When not.
It's just going to rain.
Yeah.
It's just going to rain. Here, let me time that for you.
Thank you. Huzzah! Sweet.
There you go.
We are tight in the bottom now.
All in all, I'm back officially.
Yeah, you've been touring.
It's
You've been
done.
doing the things.
It's done.
You did the Vortex, right?
No, that's actually coming up next Sunday.
Got it.
So if you're listening to this,
Austin, Texas,
or the vicinity, right? San Marcos,
Pflugerville,
New Braunfels,
Buda,
even North San Antonio.
Yeah,
drive up to Austin.
Yeah,
I'll be performing at the Vortex. First time on the Vortex stage. I'm so fucking excited.
Great,
because I love the Vortex.
Congrats.
Been around since forever. So yeah, we'll do a little. Yeah. Enough of that.
But the extended touring.
The extended touring is done.
Great.
She's done with her travel. Mm-hmm. She had a good time.
Yeah.
The Midwest was falling hard.
Yes.
Falling.
Yes.
Not falling.
Right. Right. This is autumnal.
Autumnal.
Autumn, yes. Autumnal-esque. With the leaves and the breeze and the picturesqueness.
The wicked autumn breeze. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. How's you? School is working.
Life,
it's family.
Fine. Things are lovely. It's birthday, so I'm here.
Yeah, Scorpio season.
Yeah.
When is that?
Today.
Oh my God! Happy birthday!
It's all good. I was like birthday pod.
Birthday pod. I legitimately don't know people's birthdays.
It's fine. This was one of the things that I was gonna. Let's just go straight and nope, you're wrong.
All right.
Couple off the bat. I did add some stuff to a lot of stuff to the.
I saw. This may be a lengthy one. It's gonna be girthy.
First, nope, you're wrong.
Okay.
I think as a nation, we all have to, if they're cool with it, adopt the Black people's happy birthday officially.
Oh, 100%.
It is.
Yes, you're right.
Because so on my way over here, Raquel, who we love, Raquel Torres, shout out to New York.
Brooklyn specifically.
Called me up with her partner Pro Tem, who is also fantastic. Friends of the pod. and was going to sing the happy birthday song. Asked me, do I want the original? Do I want the Puerto Rican or do I want the Spanish? And I said, no, I want the black one.
Yeah.
And it's just better, y'all, because it's more jovial.
100%.
Off the rip.
Sometimes,
easy to remember.
Sometimes the original happy birthday sounds like a funeral dirge.
It does.
Happy birthday.
No one knows how to come in on it anymore.
No. There's nothing joy.
But happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. That's the one.
Yes.
And it's shorter, which I think adds to the concentrated birthday love. It's like, hey, we're going to celebrate you hard for the next 15 seconds. And let's just get
that's it.
Yes.
Then we'll pin dollar bills to your chest.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So I'm for that. If
Yes,
the black community is cool with that.
You know, yes, let's make that the American happy birthday.
I'm with it.
Because black history is American history.
Facts.
Black culture is American culture.
In many ways.
Yeah, so let's...
the fabric of this country is wonderfully appreciated to be completed by the hands of African Americans.
Let's do it. All right.
And so, yeah.
I'm with you on that.
All right, cool.
All right. My nope, you're wrong is that we need more guitar solos.
I saw this.
Life.
Elaborate.
All right. So I've been listening a lot to Ozzy's Boneyard. It's the Sirius XM channel.
You don't have to tell me twice.
For those that don't know, it's the Sirius XM channel of classic hard rock, right? There's a classic vinyl, which is like classic rock, and then this is classic hard rock. So you've got anything from, the hair 80s, metal, from the 70s, Black Sabbath, all the way to Pantera, right? Metallica, all of that jazz. And one of the, I think, iconic staples of hard rock is the guitar solo.
Preach, brother.
The shredding.
Yeah.
And there is nothing, speaking of jovial, nothing more jovial than a guitar solo, both by the guitarist going hard and by the audience absorbing said hardness. I like to absorb some hardness. And so I think the world would be a better place if we had more guitar solos.
I'm going to say
both in music that we listen to and just people should just do more guitar solos.
That would make going to the post office so much better.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I'm thinking about like other instances where life is just kind of dour and how a guitar solo would totally make it
and I think
elite.
It seems to have become a lost art of sorts. Like
That's what I was going to ask you is when do you think it died?
Probably 2000s, mid 2000s.
Did you ever see that? This is funny because this is the second time I mentioned it or had a conversation about it. Did you see that Metallica doc, Some Kind of Monster?
Nah.
It's amazing.
Okay. What's it on?
It comes on Netflix periodically. It hops on one of the streamers.
There's a new Ozzy Osbourne documentary on Peacock that's supposed to be really good.
I'll check that too.
All right.
So the great thing about this Metallica doc, and it ties into the guitar solo specifically, is the band was having a lot of infighting and they were going to work on this new album. They hired this documentary team to just document the process of creating an album. Before the album starts, though, the music label hires a therapist, almost like sports occupational therapist to deal with the band. Jason Newsted, who we ride for Jason Newsted, the bassist.
Always welcome on the pod.
Fucking leaves the band. This is before the movies really started.
Yeah.
And he's like, bro, we are rock and rollers. This is lame. I'm fucking out. What are we talking about? And just leaves the band. Leaving them to crash. They go into deep therapy. James Hetfield is battling addiction. Lars is reconciling with his father as they're creating this album that by most critical and fan, I guess, opinion sucks. That
Which
Saint
album?
Anger.
Oh, yeah. It had maybe like one semi-good song.
Yeah, I think two. Okay. But then they get their new bassist, who now we love, Robert Trujillo.
Oh, always.
And so they
on the
go
pod.
through that process of like how they went and got him.
Who was also Ozzy's bassist.
Yes, he was. And then at one point, and this is the full circle point, there's this moment where Kurt Hammett, who is the most passive aggressive Zen rock and roller of all time.
Okay.
he kind of speaks out because of exactly what we're talking about. They're like, yeah, we don't want guitar solos on this. I know, Kurt, that's your thing, but I think it's played out. And he's like, you know what? I just think that's fucking bullshit. Okay. Yeah. Like, why? Like, because everyone else is, well, if everyone else isn't doing guitar solos, and why aren't we doing guitar solos? Because that's the shit. Yeah. And it goes back, and I agree with you, and I agree with Kirk Hammett. We need more guitar solos. We need more.
I mean, if you think about it,
Eddie Munson in Stranger Things season 5, which you just saw for the first time.
Yeah. For the 1.5 time.
Yes. His guitar solo shreds.
Exactly. And why? Because he's playing Metallica.
Goddamn right.
Right? If you think about it too, like your favorite parts of hard rock songs are usually like Sweet Child of Mine, that yeah, like the guitar solo.
We love a crescendo.
We love a crescendo. We love bravado, right? We love a what is the word? I'm losing the word. Nope, lost
Starts
it.
with a?
Can't even think of it. Okay. But it just means, like someone excelling at something.
A virtuoso.
A savant.
A savant.
Of sorts. And we don't have that in music these days. Rock is
dead.
Yeah, it is what it is. And then hip hop is usually just the same beat over and over and over again, right?
It's dead.
So, okay, fine. Dead. Your words.
It's all pop music.
We need guitar.
It's all producer. What's that one dude who just married Selena Gomez?
Oh, no idea.
Benny Blanco, I think is his name.
Sure.
Super producer for the Stars. Every song that you've ever heard from Katy Perry on down the line, he's put a finger in it.
There you go. So we need guitar solos back in this world. The Darkness tried. They really tried.
I think they messed up by being almost a parody of a thing that they genuinely did love.
Yeah.
Because do you remember Steel Panther too?
No.
They were similar. They were like this. Or then there was another one. I think they were called War Eagle or something Eagle.
Yeah.
And
the idea is not to try and revive hair metal.
Right.
Right. It is to create new metal, not NU metal, right? Not the Deftones.
Right.
But
can't replicate that.
No.
For as much shit as the Deftones get, they kind of are a one of one.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think we talked about it, but I know it's been going around the concept that they are the Coldplay of metal.
Yes, we've talked about it on the pod. Yeah, very much so. And kind of, Linkin Park too is another one. One of one.
But they broke the formula. They messed. Actually, I think they're back with their new singer.
Yeah, I think they are too.
Yeah, they're in good form.
All right,
I support them.
Well, also speaking of
the next one,
the next Nope You're Wrong. So AFI, don't know if you know, dropped a new album.
Did not.
Yeah, apparently they have dropped like 6 albums over the past 10 years.
It's kind of like the Killers. They've been dropping a lot of albums on them, and then some people are like, really?
And unless you're in that niche, well. Chris Conde, always welcome on the pod, made a comment or made a post on Facebook that said, this new Typo Negative album by AFI is really solid.
Okay.
And I went and listened to, I'd only heard the single, and I went and listened to the album, and I'm like, yeah, this is definitely a Typo Negative album. But that being said, it fucking rocks. And I went back and started listening to some of the other ones. Like, AFI has reinvented themselves so many times, right? If you go back to their first album, it was just pure punk rock, into then that emo rock, into then that pop punk thing with Sing the Sorrow. And then they kind of sucked a little bit.
Were you big on AFI?
Oh, hello. AFI Tattoo.
There you go. I've never seen that part of your body up close.
I was in the Despair faction.
For the fans who are listening to this pod, he showed me his butt.
Carrying member of the Despair faction.
So then why did you know where
I was?
When did you break?
You know where I was on September 11th?
AFI concert?
I was coming back from an AFI concert.
Oh, okay.
On September 10th. There was one here in San Antonio at the White Rabbit.
Oh, yeah.
Went to go see AFI. I was like 15 years old. Took a bus back home at like 3 a.m. because my parents were like, you can go if you're back in time for school. And then so I took the 3 a.m. bus, came back, was there, breakfast, half awake, half asleep. Something's happening on the television. I was like, I don't know what that is.
Yeah. Second Tower, what?
Yeah. So AFI. Anywho,
that's a good 9/11 story.
It is. What was your question?
My question is when did you depart from them?
Crash Love.
And that was album number.
There was
around what time?
There was Sing the Sorrow, which was their big mainstream breakthrough, which happened in the early 2000s, right? 2001, 2002. Then they came out with December Underground, which they were trying to ride that wave, and it was kind of sort of. And then they came out with Crash Love, which was just trash. And then they completely like reinvented themselves again. And after Crash Love, I fell out. Right.
Sure.
And now I went back and listened to it, and I was like, you know what?
You were the problem.
They were the problem. They tried to really like double down on that like pop punk thing.
Sure.
And it just wasn't happening.
They're I'm going to seem like such a piece of shit right now. They're the ones who do the song.
What follows me in the one embrace of light with fire.
But then the other one that's like
Miss Murder, can I?
Which is the soundtrack to the other one. They're not the ones who do the. Damn, I just had the song and then I totally lost it. Keep talking. I'm looking. I'll be honest. I've never been like AFI came out around that same time. They get really stuck in my head with like All American Rejects.
Oh, sure.
It's just
totally different, but sure.
I'm positive you're
Davey
right.
Davey Havoc was my first celebrity crush.
Okay.
You know, those eye crinklies.
What does AFI stand for?
A Fire Inside.
Okay. That's why I did not listen to them.
Yeah. No, it's real emo. Like it's hardcore emo.
I got
like if you go and listen to the lyrics.
Yeah, I know why. Okay. AFI was big in like the Songs of Sorrow.
Yeah. Sing the Sorrow.
Sing the Sorrow around the time when I was really into shit like The Strokes, Jet.
Oh, yeah.
White Stripes were big.
They were big around the same time.
Yeah. And like I felt like that was like adult rock and AFI was like 15-year-old
teenage rock.
Yeah. And I was like,
yeah.
But okay, good for them. Well, this kind of leads to, I guess, another sort of 2-year nope, you're wrong. I'm not going to say you're wrong.
So all I'm saying is they are underrated and we've been sleeping on them. And
that's
you
fair.
know what? They deserve a little bit more shine.
I'm going to add to this nope, you're wrong. And I'm going to say we don't let rock stars be more than themselves.
Mm-hmm. Evolve.
Evolution is. I don't even want to use that word. Okay. I don't disagree with you. Like I know what you mean. Explore. It's like they get so. I think that's one of. I really do love the Strokes. Like I love the Strokes. They were a soundtrack to my weird college years. When I was just in bars and like smoking cigarettes and like hanging out with women who, you know, whatever. You're just like, oh, it's some chick and we're both fucked up college kids.
Yeah.
And then I think it was, I don't even remember, it was their 4th album. They started adding like electro into their sound and I took it really badly.
Yes. You were like, how dare you?
I love those albums now, right? And Julian Casablancas was doing a lot of weird things, but I think it's a talent to say an artist like Prince who got to just play with music as his
Radiohead's another great example.
A great example.
Yeah.
Just using music as a palette they can just Bowie, you know, and I'd even say Outkast. Like there's a number of artists who kind of fall in these different things. But then, you know, when we say like Madonna reinvented herself, it's like she just sang what was popular, kind of like
a little bit, yeah.
And you know, and with a little
because
twist.
Pop stars can do that. Most of the time, pop stars get a pass. It happened to Lady Gaga though. Like when she released that Joanne album, people are not here for it.
I fuck with Joanne.
I fucking love Joanne
because you know what? It's like see, that's a great point because I think the Killers actually they just released this album. I want to say 2 years ago, and I don't remember the name off the top of my head, but it was getting blasted by critics because they're like, oh, they're just trying to sound like Bruce Springsteen. It's very Springsteen-esque. And I don't trust any critic who says anything's like Bruce Springsteen because that's a whole other conversation.
Okay, cool.
But what it really is it's like the Joanne album. I'm like, no, this is a country album. This is a reinterpretation of country music.
Yeah.
And if you look at it through the lens of a country album, this is a fantastic country album. And Joanne is a fantastic country album.
Like folk album.
Folky country. Yeah. Like, but it's her version of it.
Yeah.
And it's so good.
Yeah.
Like it's so fucking good.
Well, and that's why bands end up having to create side projects, right? The White Stripes is a great example, right? You have the White Stripes, then you have Jack White, then you have the Rock on Tours, right? And it is our fault. It's entirely our fault. The fans are like, this is what I expect when I listen to this band. And if you change your sound, you're no longer this band.
And it sucks for them because at the same time, too, as we as fans get older, if they're just giving us the same sound over and over again, eventually, like younger generations, they don't want to hear that shit. You just get piled in with like old people music.
Yeah. AFI actually did that. They created a side project called Black Audio, which was more industrial tech, something like that, right? Now I'm glad that listening to this album sounds a lot like Black Audio, so I'm glad that they were like, fuck the side project. This is just us.
This is just us.
Yeah. So here for it.
Here for it.
So far in all of our nope, you're wrongs, they've been yes, you're right.
Yeah, we're just with clarity.
All right, what's next?
What is next on Nope, You're Wrong?
You're saying food is getting worse?
It's just a thought. I feel like, so shrinkflation is a thing.
Yes.
I also think there's another one that we don't talk about, which is qualityflation.
Yep.
And so this is how you know this happens. And I know I'm not crazy. It's like when Subway sandwiches first took, like Subway the brand.
Yeah.
First hit. They were kind of bangers. Everyone was there. Everyone was like, oh my God, this is amazing, blah, blah, blah. And I feel like that's the capitalist playbook to like Papa John's was kind of like that. Like it's fresh. It actually tastes.
And then where can we cut corners?
And then as soon as they can cut corners, the quality just dips.
I agree.
And then eventually more and more and more. And I think we are at a tipping point right now where can you name me a fast food chain that you are really like, no, their quality is exceptional?
Chick-fil-A.
Damn. The gays are on your ass.
I know, but that's why. Like, that is consistently exceptional.
They are pretty principled. I will say their fillets getting smaller.
A little bit. I've noticed that. It's hit or miss. Sometimes I am like, what happened to the rest of the chicken? And then sometimes I'm like, here's that big juicy. Yeah, better let this cool off before I get hot juices in my mouth.
Where else I noticed it was at Chick-fil-A and at Dairy Queen, which I love. They used to give you the bags filled to the brim with fucking French fries. You would order a medium or a large. It didn't matter.
It just
overflows.
Yeah.
Not anymore. You are getting exactly the small amount of French fries that you are authorized to get.
I'm trying to think what other. The thing is, I don't really fuck with fast food. For the vast majority, like I almost never eat fast food, and when it is, it's Quiznos.
I think that's fine, yeah.
Because there's one by my house.
I'm
it's
Firehouse.
like the only. Oh yeah, love Firehouse too. But I don't even consider subs fast food.
Well, I guess
because it's usually cold meats.
See, right? I always go for the hot.
Well, I do, but it's still like it's
because I always feel like I can make a cold meat sandwich at home.
Yeah, but that's where I feel like Jimmy John's, Firehouse, Quiznos.
I'm counting all those.
They're not really
but I
fast
feel like
food.
All their quality is going down across the board.
I don't know.
Panera's going down. I feel like...
I can't remember the last time I ate a Panera. Probably
I used
when
to
I was
really
in Houston.
be big on Panera's breakfast bagels. Like, But now I'm just...
I'm going to say yes, you're right. Because capitalism is the root of all evil.
Yeah.
So, all right. We're still agreeing. Next one, the Great American Reset.
This kind of goes into the food thing, but also just kind of generally. So I find I feel like there's an interesting thing happening, and it has to do with Donald Trump, and it has to do with Trump supporters and MAGA. Where he is really, really losing on all fronts.
Yes.
However,
Marjorie Taylor Greene is on our side.
That should be the biggest canary. And so what I'm saying is there's a dozen or more canaries in the coal mine that are tweeting their heads off that we are in danger. And yet it's like we still kind of trudge forward. Like you get that capitalism, like gotta go to work, gotta
business as usual,
keep going through it. And I think we never fully processed COVID, and right now because of late stage capitalism and Trump terrible economics, we are on the verge of a great American reset where the systems that we always talk about collapsing are going to collapse.
Yes.
I think the dollar is going to collapse. I think we're heading towards like a serious recession. I think conservatives are going to hit a big awakening, because I think some of this too is also tied with like the church. I think, and how much the church has in their sort of taking of funds to then give to Trump to then like sort of support him in this, and it's all just money moving type shit. I think investing and what's that shit called? Not private investing. No, damn it. What do you call those?
Mutual funds?
No, the groups.
No, don't know.
It'll come back to me. I just lost it. But I think it's kind of the same thing with Project Marvel and sports teams, and nothing is just kind of what it can be anymore. Like, it can't just be itself anymore. Everything has to be multiple things. And I think the same thing is true with the United States. And so we're going to hit this wall that eventually things fall apart very quickly. It's good. But here's my little silver lining. I think all of us normies, the Reggies of the world and of this country, we need to batten down the hatches. We need to protect each other. We need to go get your certifications, go get your degrees, go do what you can to put yourself in the best position to win. Save your money. Save your money, girl. Save it. Because when the shit hits the fan, I do think it's going to be a revolutionary thing, not in a violent or philosophical, really, because I don't think we're built for that anymore in the internet age. But I do see like this great American reset where, like, yeah, the cost of burgers are going to go back down to like $1.25. They have to. Like the whole, and that's, I think it's in the later segment, but even like this whole Argentinian beef thing. Yeah. Like, people are starting to see like this shit just does not make sense anymore. Yeah. And it does not make sense because billionaires are just raking in like insane amounts of money, and we're just like, why am I spending $8 on a Big Mac that hasn't changed its formula since 1991? Yeah. Why am I spending $3 on a little 20 ounce of Coca-Cola where the formula hasn't changed since 1956? Yep. It's like, so that's my prediction. That's what I'm saying.
I agree with you.
All right. So we're in agreement.
We're in agreement. Yeah, I definitely think something along the lines is coming. You said something there that sparked a thought, and I seem to have lost the thought again. We're just losing thoughts left and right today. But yeah, that's what it was. I was listening to an interview that Pete Buttigieg recently gave, and he was talking about this idea of like, for as violent and unhinged and really unthoughtful way that Trump is currently dismantling the federal government is not necessarily a bad thing. In that, the problem with Democrats is that they've kind of been campaigning on more of the same, right? And more of the same has not made American people's lives better.
No.
So with these institutions basically being eradicated, we can build something new, right? The idea is not to continue to fund the Department of Education the way that it was, right? And even, like a new president, a new administration, whatever, a Democratic president comes back into power. The idea is not to reinstate the Department of Education as it was before. Right. It's really to rethink it and rebuild it from the ground up, because so many of our systems and institutions are failing us. And that's why I think people haven't gotten behind the Democrats, because it just feels like, you just want to keep things the same. Right. And we're not okay with things being the same, because it kind of sucks. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And I think even like Zoran Mamdani, I think he's another.
Oh my God. Did you watch the debate?
I loved that debate.
Oh my God. It wasn't a debate. It was a roast.
It was fantastic. But also, I don't know if you've seen Bernie Sanders out lately. No. But he is, a few things. One, a poll came out. He is the highest, most popular politician, period.
Yeah, sure.
Just nationwide. Yeah. Like, he outperforms everybody.
He has Ruth Bader Ginsburg status in terms of notoriety.
Do better than that.
Well, in terms of like notoriety and iconography.
Okay. And all right. I see where you connected the dots.
Yes.
But he's touring because he has this new book, but he's out here in like red states, in blue states, and he's just pulling in like almost like Trump was when he was after he left office. Yeah. But he's pulling tremendous crowds for populism. And again, he's saying the things like, I want the same shit he's been saying for 50 years, free college for everyone, universal health care, blah, blah, blah. And they're just like, yes, please, thank God. And so I think that's where a lot of this is in my head. It's just like he came on the Daily Show and got like a standing ovation like twice.
Of course.
And and I think the Democratic Party needs to, before they completely just dismantle, because I totally could foresee that. They need to figure that out.
They need to adopt democratic socialism.
They kind of do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on. The right is out of gas.
Yes. So this is
Gas is cheap right now.
Gas is in Texas. Because I saw someone else post that there was some right wing. I guess it ties into it. There was this right wing individual on like Twitter or something like gas prices in California right now are like $6-7, and so she shared like Texas prices and was like, I live in Texas, girl. And it's like, yeah, you live in Texas. That's why your gas is cheaper. Like it goes further when it's when you're far from the gas. But the right wing, this is something that I also am seeing happen on the right wing, because the Great American Reset that I see is on the left with Democrats, with Zohran Mamdani, with Bernie, with AOC, even some on down the line, leaning towards, like you were saying, democratic socialism. On the right, I think they're having this giant reset of like, oh shit, we got scammed. They're like, fuck, grandma, you opened the link. You gave them your social.
Which, by the way, if anyone from USA Fraud Alert is contacting you, it's a fraud.
It's a fraud.
That's a fraud. Like, don't fall for that one.
Right.
That one's going around right now. Quite
And
sophisticated.
The reason why I say the right wing is running out of gas is because it's like, even with this shutdown, they're like anytime I've ever seen a shutdown, they blame the party who shut it down. It's just not happening this time. They're like, no, it's your fault, Republican. How do you control the executive branch, the congressional branch, and the judicial branch? Y'all like are everywhere, and still you can't do anything. Yeah. That's happening. And then I think that's also kind of worked its way into right-wing / centrist, I'm a libertarian media. So like Joe Rogan just doesn't have anything to talk about. A lot of these people, because it's like, you won, bro. They dismantled woke. Yeah. And guess what? There was nothing there. Yeah.
You owned the libs.
You got it.
And now all you own is the rubble of the East Wing.
And your kids still can't read. Yeah. They're not doing better. Yeah. They're still working at Dollar General. Like that's what's happened. And so
your farmers are going broke and bankrupt. The independent businesses.
The cattle ranchers are pissed all around the board. They're fucking black people are getting swooped up by ICE in like raids and shit, and they're getting harassed and shit. Like it's wild. Yeah. And so I think that
Marjorie Taylor Greene is on our side.
She's on our side.
She wants health care subsidies.
They're all, and I think that's what they're kind of saying is they're running out of gas because all the things that they were vehemently just fear-mongering over, immigration, wokeness, DEI, Obama, like blah, 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 blah. It kind of makes me laugh every time I hear Trump still bring up Obama.
I know,
like
right?
The rent that he lives in his head is just amazing. Because it's just like, wow, like you really can't let this go. Yeah. Like how much do you have to win till you finally feel like that you can say, we won? Yeah. And they can't. No. And that's why.
Because if they don't have anyone to blame, then they don't have a platform to stand on.
Exactly.
And more people are realizing, oh, these monsters that they've created for us are really just shadows. Yeah. That's all there is. There's nothing there.
None. At all. It was like, oh man, actually, those immigrants are cool. Yeah. We like them. They brought good beer and good food to our get-togethers. And we were all Cowboys fans. And now they're like, so the thing I posted was like, Joe Rogan, he was on his pod and he was talking about the measles. Oh God. But it was hilarious because he's like, come on, y'all. Y'all remember when we were young, we all used to just get the measles. And then a week later we were over it. It was like, no, we didn't. Do you mean chicken pox?
I know, right?
Like, what are you talking about? Like, we literally didn't get the measles because it would have been deadly. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? But that's what I mean. Like, they're running out of gas. Mamdani was just on the Andrew Schultz podcast and fuck them. But they're starting to kind of like, I don't know if what's that one comedian who plays like he's like a redneck and he's just basically like Larry the Cable Guy, but for new kids.
Don't know.
Theo Vaughn. Sure. So like he came out recently and because right wing people, like he made this joke on his podcast, like look who got deported now or some shit. And like now they're putting it on actual deportation videos, like to be like, own the libs, people crying and children crying. He's like, so he kind of allegedly had come out and was like, bro, I didn't mean for my shit to be used this way. Like, I don't like that one bit. And it's like, that's what you get.
Yeah.
And like, that's where it's at. And now they're in this and so just kind of around and around, they're starting to look at Democrats like Kamala. Like, I think there's this retrospective that's happening where they're kind of like, man, she kind of probably was the better pick when we think about it. Or like, well, maybe this isn't what we thought it was. Or and they're running out of gas, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even when you watch Fox News, it just seems like old people rallying against nothing. Just like they have nothing left.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's the exact same thing that happened, during the Obama years where it was like he's wearing a tan suit. A tan suit. Can you believe it? How unprecedented, right? They're just making up shit to be outraged about.
Yeah.
Because without that rage, they have nothing.
Well, and it's also hilarious. Levitt, the speaker for the White House, she's come out a few times, and the big number and it's some bullshit Trump number where it's like, did you know that like 97% of all media coverage against Trump is bad? And it's like, bitch, maybe that should tell you something about what you're doing. Guess who else gets bad coverage? Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like fucking OJ. Who was the chick who killed her kids?
Yeah.
Like
the canary in the coal mine has just like killed itself from straining too hard, just being like,
exactly. And they're just like, and it's like, that just shows how biased the media is. It's like, or y'all are that bad.
Yeah.
All polling is just bad right now on them. And I mean, in some respects, it's hilarious. I'm not trying to minimize people's pain because I know that there is real consequence happening.
Yeah.
But I think we do need to sort of engage with it the way that we have been, and also just recognize like you have to let the right see how stupid it is. Like it's okay to get scammed. That's what scammers are good at.
Yeah.
But when he's out here putting his little
we can't use shame as a tactic, right? Shame is never going to work to get people on your side, right? And so I think the idea of kind of how you were putting it, but the idea of compassion is really important. Like, you got scammed, baby doll.
Yeah.
It's
Grandmas get scammed.
It's okay.
And it's like,
damn. I'm glad you're waking up to it. Come on over.
Just
don't do it again.
Yeah, don't do it again.
And lastly, sports are back.
So this is kind of a throwback to our old segment. One of us doesn't know what we're talking about.
I don't.
But this is awesome.
Okay, tell me.
3 things happened in the last week.
Okay.
All right. That were just tremendously impressive. And the United States is healthy when sports is healthy, I'll say.
Okay.
Shohan Ohtani. You don't know these words.
It sounds familiar, but I couldn't tell you who this.
Japanese baseball player who plays in the United States.
Oh, yes.
Had
pitching, home runs, some of the break it down for me. I did hear this.
Let me first explain baseball.
No, I know baseball.
No. I know you do, but this part is, and for the listeners too, this is the thing about baseball. You have hitters and you have pitchers.
Yes.
And it takes a lot to be really good at either one.
Yes.
This is the first guy who is exceptional, like generational at both at the same time. So he threw 6 innings, dozens of strikeouts, no hits. He hit 3 home runs. And then it was like the game of a lifetime that just maybe can never be replicated, and people were just losing their minds. It's just oh my God, we are witnessing Tiger Woods again for the first time. Second thing that happened, and it's why, for those of you who are live streaming, I brought the Wembanyama candle and why I'm drinking out of my Spurs cup. The NBA is back. They just started the preseason or the actual season on the 22nd. Last 2 nights ago, Wednesday, I forget what day of the weekend it is.
Yeah.
Wednesday, Spurs play. Victor Wembanyama put up 40 points, 15 rebounds, 3 blocks, 0 turnovers, and there was 70% shooting in 29 minutes. Let me give you an NBA stat, Chibby. Those are reasonable numbers. Those are just great numbers.
Those are great numbers.
Usually that happens when a player plays 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Like a full game.
Yeah.
He did that in half the fucking time. And they were up against a good team. And he made them look like your dad on a Nerf hoop when you were like 7. And people just losing their minds.
Okay.
Third thing that happened actually broke the other day because the FBI for some reason got involved in this. Sports betting, very controversial.
Yes.
2 NBA players and an NBA coach are indicted and were arrested because apparently they were doing some illegal sports betting shit, which now is just sending more people down sports spirals. All eyes are on the NBA. They're on the NFL. They're on Major League Baseball. I think it's a great thing when people have something to focus their attention on like that again. And I'm gonna just say it like that. We're back, baby.
Okay. I can't necessarily disagree with you, except on that last point.
Okay.
Because I think great that they're back, sure, but I think it also serves as a distraction from where the focus needs to be. If the Great American Reset is coming, then we need to be preparing for that and not distracted by the pandemonium of sports.
My only counter to that is we'll use the NBA because that's my forte. Barring injury, Victor Wembanyama is going to be the greatest basketball player of all time.
Yeah.
The greatest basketball player of all time is going to be a Frenchman.
Yes.
Who likes playing chess.
Yes.
Who hangs out with Shaolin monks. That, my friend, is the reset. It's the like, and originally this post or before I wasn't going to talk about the gambling part. It was going to be this idea of like, we need to appreciate greatness again, and not just in sports, but I feel like we've gotten to this weird place where
we're kind of dethroning Lady Gaga for no reason.
No, she's not throned. No, I got you, but she's not throned right now. She is amazing. I think that's a great example. Like, she got her flowers and she should continue to get her flowers. I love Gaga. I just giving fucking her album Joanne props.
Yeah.
The one that everyone hates. I love that album.
Yeah.
But I think there's like also, this is, to me, especially in the NBA, there is this final new generation, what do we call it? Passing the torch moment. And like, as I turn 42 today, my friend, I think we're ready for the next generation. And I think,
we have been starving for the next Tim Duncan.
I didn't realize Mom Donnie was 36.
Yeah.
It makes me think like, fuck, what was I doing at 36? Not that shit.
Fucking around.
Big time. And so I think it's okay. I think it's like greatness comes and we sometimes trivialize it. Sometimes it's that saying like, they love you, then they hate you, then they love you again. Like, we love the rise and we love the fall. And like, sometimes it's like, hey man, can we just appreciate the good thing now?
Yeah.
And like, fucking hell, like, you know,
But don't get distracted.
yeah, but don't get distracted. Watch the news.
I'm here for it. Well, we agreed on everything.
There we
So
go.
yes, we're right.
Appreciate greatness like the movie Weapons, which is landing on HBO soon.
Yeah, and that only took us 45 minutes.
Hey, we'll burn through the rest.
All right, these motherfuckers. So this is the segment where we talk about what these motherfuckers are doing out in this world.
They're doing a lot.
And to kind of jump off of the idea of the right is running out of gas and just finding places to get outraged. In Texas, in case you hadn't heard, rainbow crosswalks are now the enemy.
Yeah, they are.
Greg Abbott has declared that there can be no political ideology on public streets, and apparently a rainbow is political ideology. Never mind that it's a naturally occurring phenomenon. Never mind that God gave us the rainbow in the Bible.
Yeah.
Never mind that, it's universally used in children's, whatevers.
Rainbow Bright.
Yeah. But now the rainbow is a political
It's anti-fascist.
It's anti-fascist.
It's woke.
It's too woke. Rainbows are too woke for Greg Abbott. And he has ordered that these rainbow crosswalks be removed.
It has been removed in Houston.
It has been removed in Houston and Austin and San Antonio.
We're still holding.
San Antonio actually is putting forth a petition for an exemption from this removal. And it's interesting the way they're using it too. Is the angle that they're approaching it from is that these rainbow crosswalks provide greater visibility to pedestrians, and in the 2 years before the crosswalk went up, there were a number of, incidents, accidents,
which is awesome because of where it's at.
And and in the years following, that number plummeted to basically zero. So
I love that.
Yeah.
Because you got to know where that rainbow crosswalk is and why people were getting hit on that corner, because they were stumbling drunk as shit.
Yeah.
And now it's we're at every time I've ever been past it, I'm like, take a moment, enjoy it.
The rainbow, it keeps you in line.
It
right?
does.
You just stay within the rainbow.
Yeah.
Right. So fuckery, just straight up fuckery. I also think the right is just trying to make monsters out of nothing. And I never took that weird stance that right wingers had. Why do the gays get rainbows? It's they don't own, you can rock it. And it's but then people are going to think I'm gay, or you like rainbows. And it's do you want to rock rainbows like that? Cause you should. Yeah.
That is, if you love rainbows and you're afraid to proudly rainbow rep because you're afraid people are going to then think you're gay, that's some not wanting to celebrate Christmas shit. Just live your life, queen.
Yeah. On the flip side of that, I hate rainbows.
That's fair. Yeah, you like the dark colors. Yeah.
I just think it starts to look a little tacky. It's the same way that people sometimes look like the 4th of July exploded on them.
I see that.
The gays kind of do that with the rainbows.
They blew it up.
And it's not good. But a rainbow crosswalk, gorgeous. Right? Rainbow used as an accent in some sort of painting. Right?
Rainbow in the sky.
Yeah. It's fantastic.
But never seen a rainbow in the sky and thought, gay.
Yeah.
Just this is awesome.
But don't look like, rainbow vomited all over you.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, also, these motherfuckers are racist as fuck.
Talk about it.
In case you didn't know, there were some tweets between the young Republicans. And
man, they weren't that young. The majority of them were not that young.
The Young Republicans is a group of right-wingers that is supposed to engage younger voters to become party members, yada, yada, yada. And they were passing out tweets saying, when do we get the gas chambers? Hitler was right.
Calling black people watermelon people.
All sorts of blatantly racist things. And they have tried I think this was the DC chapter of the Young Republicans. I think it was. So that chapter has been disbanded. So there has been some repercussions to it, but the amount of tiptoeing around the cracks that pundits were trying to do to be it's not that bad. And,
JD Vance.
Yeah. JD Vance himself was, bad appling it essentially until there was another pick. I forgot what he was the pick for, but he was Trump's pick for something that needed a Senate confirmation.
He was the pick for oversight in it was a guardrail position that's very important.
Yeah, well, his texts were also leaked, and they were also racist as fuck.
They were worse.
And he has withdrawn his nomination, to say the least. So they're saying the quiet part out loud, people, if you still haven't figured it out. Also, these motherfuckers are not letting Adelita be sworn in.
Yeah, you heard about that?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Wow.
I don't even think I know who Adelita is.
This is big. So, in the great state of Arizona, Adelita Grijalva, which I am happy that we can actually say her last name properly because it's getting butchered. Sometimes there's those Spanish names that it's Grijalva. It's a lot of hard. By the gringos on
Grijalva.
Yeah, a lot of that. So if I'm not mistaken, her father had a representative seat in Arizona for many, many years, was very well liked by the voters and people of his that he represented. He passed away, and then so it was an open seat. So they had another special election, which she won, and she is now the representative of Arizona. They they meaning the Republicans,
yes,
and
these motherfuckers
refused to swear her in. It has been over a month since she won the election. Arizona, her and the state of Arizona are now suing Mike Johnson and the Republicans for not getting it done. And the excuses have been wide. At first, because she got elected right before this shutdown, and still they were like, well, we can't get to it just yet, but we'll get to it. Then they used the shutdown as an excuse. Then at one point, reporters noted that, hey, during a previous shutdown, you confirmed Republican representatives that won special election, and he was like, "Well, they brought their family and stuff." So they're like, "So does she just have to bring her family and then you'll do it?" And just no. And now she's just trying to make a spectacle. She's just trying to do this. But truly, the reason why a lot of people are saying that he's really trying to put it off is because she would be the 218th vote needed for basically Congress to circumvent the rules about basically they can release the Epstein files from the Department of Justice. Like they can audit it and they can get all the files.
Yeah.
So allegedly, from what I've heard, there's like the little bit of Epstein stuff that we've gotten is like one
tip of the iceberg,
the tiniest tip.
Yeah.
The foreskin of the iceberg. And that there's just so much more that they're just refusing to release. And so through this vote and through this, Congress can then just work around Mike Johnson and just get it to then release it. And so they believe that's the real reason why they don't want them in there.
Free Adelita.
Free her, yes.
From her cage.
Adelita Grijalva. Yeah.
Grijalva.
But that romantic.
Also, these motherfuckers are tearing down the White House.
Did you see it?
I did. I saw it.
Did it hurt you in any way?
Nah,
Okay.
But, I think on principle, maybe. Like me personally, nah. But one... if you want to look at this from an American perspective, right? Let me just take a step back and outside of my personal beliefs, right? The White House is a symbol of America.
If anything.
The same way that the Statue of Liberty, for as much as we don't really pay attention to what she stands for, is a symbol of America. The Washington Monument, right? The Lincoln Memorial, all of these symbols of America. And Trump wants to put in a golden ballroom. And he had first said, it's not even going to touch the East Wing. It is very close, adjacent, but not in, kind of, sort of, nearby. Has now demolished the East Wing.
It is gone.
It is gone.
I didn't realize how much of the East Wing was, like, in terms of space, until I saw like an aerial view from like CNN.
It is the whole East Wing.
The whole, because in some of the initial, like as soon as the cranes were tearing parts of it down, I was like, oh, it seems like I see what they mean. It's like this little piece or whatever. It's like, no, it is a lot.
And not just torn down, but they're arguing like American taxpayers aren't paying for this. I know that's the problem. Private billionaires and companies are paying for this. These are favors in advance. Now, let me put my tinfoil hat on because the other thing to pay attention to is the East Wing is where the bunker is located.
Oh, you heard that one. Yeah. Keep going.
And so there's going to be some renovations to the bunker, maybe some expansions to the bunker, maybe making it so that it is more secure in the inevitable event of a coup. And also... because we're going to get to this in a little bit, the $40 billion that we're sending over to Argentina, kind of a security deposit of sorts.
In case you got to flee.
Argentina are where the Nazis fled to during the fall of the Third Reich.
In Argentina.
And so that's just a security deposit. And that's where we don't have money for Americans' payrolls. We don't have money for healthcare. We don't have money for anything, but we can send Argentina $40 billion. Yeah. All right, I'm going to take my tinfoil hat off.
All right, I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to put it on. Because this is another sort of, it's a conspiracy going around, but I think it's one I'm more inclined to believe, which is that he's actually secretly planning to redo the entire White House. And he's starting
bit by bit.
Yeah. Like I could imagine in 6-7 months, he starts dropping lines like, as we started doing construction, we started to notice other problems in other parts of wings of the White House, and we really need to update. And since we're already doing it,
the other part of this is that it's illegal. In the past, there have been renovations and things like that, but because it is the people's house, because it belongs to the American public, to the federal government, not to a single person, it requires congressional approval. It requires a number of things to just make updates, much less demolish the whole thing.
Yeah. And I mean, you've seen what he's done to like the Oval Office. So like I do.
Oh, it's going to be solid gold.
I think one of the things.
It's going to be tacky as fuck.
Oh, it's going to be the tackiest thing ever.
Yeah.
I think this is my opinion. I think one of the few things Trump knows very well is posterity and not even legacy. Like I in my head, they're two separate things. Sure. But like, I think when he lost to Joe Biden and his rally started to get a little bit smaller and the country kind of started to move along, I think he really sat with this idea that like, oh, I am like gone. Like I'm going to be a leapt over historically president that either they hate me and they're going to talk shit or they're just never going to talk about me. And I think even with the Republicans, they were ready to cut him loose and just start shifting gears, and then they couldn't. So I feel like all these new changes that he's doing to even his like archway, which is just sort of the arc of triumph that he wants to do, the Arc de Triomphe, which literally exists in fucking France. And trying to put that out here. And all these are just to either, one, I don't think he's leaving office, but two, to just remodel everything so that you can't erase him.
Yeah, you can't deny that he was here. I think you're very right on that. These motherfuckers. And we kind of already touched on it. The shutdown continues. We're now in its
third
or fourth week of the shutdown. No end in sight.
November 1st is a very important date.
Yes, it is.
Because right now, October 15th was a big day because that was the first day that a lot of federal employees, including a lot of military service individuals, did not get paid. But November 1st, them SNAP benefits are on deck.
And also, isn't November 1st when open enrollment starts?
Yes.
So people are going to log into open enrollment and see the ridiculous price tags that their healthcare is now going to cost with the loss of these subsidies. And I think that is where, you know, like what Democrats are banking on, of like, once people see the damage that has been done, then they'll understand why we're holding our ground. So, you know, my faith in the Democrats is very thin and wavering, but hopefully something happens, something stirs in which the Republicans, Marjorie Taylor Greene wants the subsidies back. I mean, pay attention.
So how many more canaries do you need?
Yes. Also, these motherfuckers have started a soft war with Venezuela. Not wrong.
Yeah. This is bad, y'all. Again, more canaries.
You know what the most interesting part of this whole saga has been? So if anyone has somehow, I don't want to say not been paying attention, but has like missed this.
Yeah, maybe you were taking self-care.
Exactly. The United States has, let's just say, bombed a number of boats that have been leaving Venezuela, saying that these are drug traffickers without any evidence to point in that direction, with some evidence that they bombed the wrong person, just an innocent person.
Happened a few times.
And this innocent person like is alive miraculously and is like, I'm not a drug trafficker. Yeah. I'm a fisherman. Yeah. So that has been happening. The interesting part about this is that the woman that just won the Nobel Peace Prize.
Oh, yeah.
She is the leader of the opposition in Venezuela. And she actually is very pro-Trump. Yeah. She's been very outspoken about how grateful she has been for the support that Trump and America has given to Venezuela as they try to overturn this modern day dictatorship that is currently happening down there. So it's a very interesting and nuanced situation. She did refuse to comment on the bombing of the boats, though.
It's bad, y'all. It's real bad.
Tell us more.
So also in that same vein, it just came out today on my way over here that Hegseth is sending an aircraft carrier to off the coast of Venezuela. And here's why this is bad. One, it's bad for us because now we have to kind of defend Venezuelan President Maduro, who we hate, because he is a dictator and he's a piece of shit. He lost an election and refuses to give up power. But who hasn't in 2025? Girl, if you're not, like, you're kind of behind the fucking times.
Like, there was a whole coup happening at the White House.
Yeah.
Lest you forget.
Yeah. Break up with me. No, we're going to work this out.
Yeah.
Like, that's the move. So he and Trump, he's been very critical of Trump, along with Colombian president, I forget his name, as well. And so this is something that Americans should really pay attention to, and gringo Americans, because this is why you have people fleeing Latin America.
Yeah.
When you have things called regime change. And the government, and also Trump said just out of his mouth in a conference, the loud part, or the quiet part out loud, that we have CIA operatives in Venezuela who are the ones who are saying this. So again,
that's worked out so well for us in the past.
The CIA in Latin America are like peas and carrots. You know what I mean? They're amazing. They're like arroz con dulces.
Just with a little more chaos.
A little more bloodshed, a lot more
fuckery,
civil war, and people fleeing. And so it looks like he's teeing up regime change in Venezuela, possibly even more. I do believe I think he actually wants to potentially invade Panama, because I think he does have this weird Panama Canal fixation. And I believe, how can I say this so where it doesn't sound hyperbolic, which is also a big problem with everything in Trump world. I was just talking to Pinto and JR about this the other day. Like, shout out to them. We are so beyond reality. And like RFK Jr. said, foreskin and circumcision can cause autism.
Oh, wow.
On top of Tylenol, on top of all the other dumb shit.
Yeah.
And this is where we're at. So this is why I think focusing on Latin America specifically in this regard is important, because I do think Trump and Hegseth, with the meeting of the generals, Hegseth has been making, did you hear this? Making like troops who weren't at that meeting, like mandatory sit and watch my video.
Oh, wow. No.
And it's like, girl, you thirsty. Come on. Like, let's relax.
He misses the millions of viewers he used to have on Fox and Friends.
Yeah. It's like, it wasn't that good a speech, boo. All right, let's just chill. Okay. And so I think American imperialism is really starting to take shape. I think that whole we're going to take Greenland talk was stupid, but I think they could see potentially putting more bases in places like Venezuela, places like Panama, taking those things back. And Latin America, I guess, I don't know, like, are you big on Latin American history?
No, not so much. I got a book. I haven't read it.
It's cool.
I recently got a book. It's thick.
It's
the history of Latin America.
Be.
Yeah.
It's
I'm really excited to dive into it. But not too much.
It's so
just what I learned through Narcos.
Sure. No, I think that's a big part of it. Like when we talk about things like narco trafficking and narco states, even, and politicians, and how corruption thrives in Latin America from top to bottom, and imperialism and Spanish colonialization, all these things is fascinating, but it's also dangerous, because the reason why the great white, what is that thing called? Replacement theory, which is like totally racist that white people think. I think this is another way of sort of combating against that, is it's like, take lands in Latin America, put more, get more workers. They already have factories in Venezuela. Yeah. We're not doing
serfdom. It's the continuation of serfdom.
Exactly. And because his tariffs aren't putting factories to be built in the U.S. or he's sending ice raids to what was it, Nissan plants to where Koreans are like deuces. Hyundai.
Yeah.
So they're like, we're not coming back. It does make sense to take over a country in Latin America that has factories and factory workers and exploited people.
Yep. And be like, we're here to save you. We're going to give you all this money to rebuild as long as you are loyal to us.
Yeah.
And allow us to put military bases and reap the profits off of your labor and yada, yada, yada.
And then the same thing with the 40 billion going to Argentina.
Yeah. And the Argentinian beef that is making its way over here.
Because the history of Latin America is a lot of American silent coups, regime changes, ignoring democratically elected officials, murder, on and on down the line. So we're like, the people just never really can get their feet from underneath them.
Yeah.
And I do see that being a potential thing. On top of the fact that, bro, bombing boats with unsubstantiated evidence extrajudiciously the way he is, that's a war crime, my guy.
That is a war crime. And I think it's been condemned by the UN or I
fucking hope so.
Something. One of those entities that looks out across the whole world.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Claudia Sheinbaum in Mexico is just kicking ass left and right.
Left and right.
Did you hear about the plan that's moving forward to essentially become the new Panama Canal?
Yes, because they already have a canal, but it's faulty.
I think it's a railway. If I remember, right?
Because the canal is different. They get boats on rails that then take them across.
Yeah, not boats. I think it's the cargo.
Or something like that.
So they'll become a new corridor.
Yes.
So that people don't have to rely on the Panama Canal to get across. So, Mexico being like, not us. Can't touch us.
Yeah,
we're fine.
She's
we're
very highly respected, and I dig her a lot.
She's doing great. All right, let's get out of here. Enough of these motherfuckers. Let's talk about some other things that were on the news. In case you missed it, the Louvre got robbed.
Jinkies.
You heard about this, I'm assuming.
I did. I loved it.
So earlier this week in Paris, the Louvre, if for whatever reason you're unfamiliar with it, is this giant museum that holds some of the world's most iconic and historic artifacts, right? The Mona Lisa is at the Louvre. And one of the things that they house is these crown jewels of Napoleonic era. Some of these jewels, including a crown, a necklace that used to belong to Napoleon's wife, I think it was, got robbed in a very Ocean's 11, Now You See Me sort of style, wherein in under 8 minutes, maybe under 7 minutes.
Light work.
Yeah. These
and the
people
time it takes to get a bagel.
In broad daylight.
Or a croissant.
Drove up to the side of the Louvre, climbed up some ladders into this balcony, wearing yellow vests so that they look like service workers, broke in through the window and door, don't remember, went, stole the jewels, and walked out and sped away on scooters that were waiting for them.
Ultra casual.
So movie ready. And so
did they take longer than a 1 hour Zoom chat to plan that?
I don't know. Maybe. Who knows?
Francois, you get the scooters.
And so
I'm just glad I get to do my French accent.
There's obviously outrage over this with the
French.
The French being like, those jewels are ours. They belong to the French people. And time is of the essence here because obviously they're not going to be able to resell them as they are. So the idea is that they have to break these things apart and sell them individually, in which case we have lost a historic artifact forever.
Sure.
And then on the flip side,
meh.
Rob the rich.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I saw one Instagram reel about it where this chick was just like, I think if you get away with a heist like that, you deserve it. You keep it.
Props to you.
Because that's some Ocean's 11 shit.
That's some money heist. That's a Papa de Casel.
That's exactly.
Casa de Papel. Casa de Papel shit.
Yeah. And they just scoop.
You got it. I don't know. It's an interesting question because it's like, if we're talking about jewels here, which obviously has its own kind of set of negative connotation, right? Where these jewels come from, blood diamonds, et cetera, et cetera. But if we put it in the perspective of like art, right? Like if the Mona Lisa were stolen, if the Statue of David was, demolished, if, I don't know, Van Gogh's Starry Night was torn in half, right? Is that different?
Yeah. I don't know why, but I'm going to say yeah. I think it's because jewelry is fabricated adornment, whereas we look at art and the artist
differently.
Yes.
Jewelry has often been a sign of societal wealth
and in some cases oppression.
Yeah.
Like there's a reason. I going back to the Trump of it and him gilding the entire White House in gold. It's literally just a giant fuck you in a lot of ways to be like, this is why you want this job, or this is why you want to be the king, or the whatever.
We're here for it. All right.
Fuck Jules, except Jewel the singer.
That's right.
Always welcome on the pod.
Always welcome on the pod. Also, in case you missed it, we did have a few people leave this mortal toil that we've been in. Talked about Ozzy Osbourne. I don't know, did he die? No, we've talked about it on the pod when it happened. Yeah. In that same vein, Ace Frehley of Kiss, famously of Kiss.
Knights in Satan's Service.
Also recently passed away. Hence also why I've been listening to Ozzy's Boneyard.
Yeah.
Also Diane Keaton.
The 2 Star Children.
Yeah.
Love Diane Keaton.
So great. First Wives Club.
Yeah.
Can't think of anything else right
now.
You
got the one with her and Jack Nicholson.
Oh yeah, You've Got Mail. No. Sleepless in Seattle. No.
The names start to bleed together.
Yeah,
because I always get it confused with.
I know it's Annie Hall. I know that's her big thing. Right.
For me, it's The Godfather. Like she was great in The Godfather.
I don't even remember her being in The Godfather.
She was Michael Corleone's girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
She plays a bigger role.
There you go. See, she's been in everything.
Everything.
America's sweetheart.
Yes.
All right. So I don't know if anybody else. Those were the 2 that hit me.
Shout out to the star child, Ace Frehley.
That's right.
Miss you.
Also, in case you missed it, because I know I did, ACL happened.
Yeah, you put.
Did anyone notice?
Is ACL? Was there ever a time ACL was bigger than South by South? Like,
well, it's you can't. ACL and South by Southwest is apples and oranges.
Yes,
I think you could put ACL and Coachella on the same playing field. So I think it's I went to ACL once in 2008, and it was phenomenal.
Yes,
it was fantastic.
I kind of like ACL better than
saw Bob Dylan and Bjork, among the Killers. Amy Winehouse was supposed to perform, but
R.I.P.
I was really upset about that one. No, she was still alive at the time. She was just kind of fucked up
going through it.
Yeah, she was like, I'm not performing. Sure. In any case, it seems like ACL definitely leans in the direction of new indie up and coming sort of artists, right? ACL is a great place to discover bands, but for the price point.
In this economy?
Do I really want to spend that amount of money on a bunch of bands that I've never heard of? Right. And that's where I think the headliners are the draw. And I don't know if they've been really booking
big,
at least in my opinion. Who was I forgot.
They'll have like Mitski.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, great.
And who I think Sabrina Carpenter was the headline this year.
Olivia Rodrigo, maybe.
Something. I don't know. I literally, and I get the emails too, because of that one time I attended in 2008. They're like, pre-sales happening now. And I'm like, I'm not buying tickets 9 months before it happens when you haven't even announced the lineup. So yeah, I feel like it hasn't really, and even when they announced the lineup, I'm like, well, I'd rather just spend that money to go see the band that I want. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, in case you missed it.
It happened.
It happened.
Somebody please let us know, like, if you're pro supporting ACL. I did hear this fantastic report though on the groundskeepers. They maintain the Zilker Park area where an ACL happens and all the work that goes into to like literally overnight make sure that lawn is back in pristine condition.
Yeah.
So shout out to the people that maintain our open spaces in our parks.
Zilker Park, always welcome on the pod.
Always welcome on the pod. Anywho. Also, in case you missed it, Gina Hinojosa has entered the chat.
Yes.
Put her name in the running.
From Brownsville, no?
Yeah, I think so.
Definitely from the Valley. I read
She's
Brownsville.
probably from like Falfurias or something.
Yeah.
But going up against Greg Abbott for governorship?
I'm loving it. There already seems to be a solid groundswell of support. I know her post, her social media post is going around, making the rounds. Bilingual.
Here's where my issue with it is. And I don't know if anyone else is like vying for it on the Democratic side. But I have kind of seen this already in the primary that's going to be happening for the who's going to run against John Cornyn or whoever the Republican nominee, because Ken Paxton might be there. Is that all of the advertising that is going on is look at how bad the other guy is.
Okay.
And that doesn't, as we saw with the national election, that doesn't necessarily encourage me to vote for you if I just dislike the other guy. And especially if you're going into a primary, right? Like, I need to know why you are better. Like, what is your platform, right? What do you stand on? And if you have any like primary contestants, like, why are you the better pick among all of these other picks? And then in that, for me, what matters is why are you the most likely to beat the other person, right? Because we are in a Republican-controlled state, essentially, right? And so if you need to convince me that you are going to get more Republican and independent support than the other guy. Because by default, let's look at the Democratic primary for the senator. By default, Colin Allred, Beto O'Rourke, James Tallarico, whoever you are, I'm already going to vote for you over the other guy. But I want to know why you are the most likely to beat the other guy over your compadres.
I was thinking about this earlier today, and so it's good it came up. Voting Democrat feels like paying your taxes.
Yes, very much so.
And people don't want that. People don't want that feeling. And I think that's what you're tapping into. Like, of course, millions and millions of people, hundreds of thousands of people are going to vote for you because we're going to pay the fucking tax.
Yeah.
But we don't want to feel like, we want to feel like this is someone who is going to bring generational change, who is going to challenge, what we're doing here. And I don't know, it's hard with Abbott. Like I thought he would have lost a few times already. It just, he's in there. Yeah. I don't know if it's because of the way Texas voting works. Yeah. I don't know if it's because we haven't had a Democrat since Kay Bailey Hutchinson, I think, was the last one.
Couldn't even tell you.
I vaguely remember Kay Bailey. I don't remember what year that was, but I know I was alive. Might have been the 90s or early 2000s. But I think you have I'm hoping that she again, going back to the Mamdani of it.
Does she have any other challengers on the Democratic side?
Not yet. She's kind of, I think
she's the one.
She's the one.
Okay.
But I think more are going to come.
Yeah. But I need you to tell me why you're the better choice, not why he's such a bad choice. That's what I'm saying.
We know he's
a bad choice. Yeah, exactly. Even Republicans know he's a bad choice, but most of them will vote because he's Republican, right? Unless you convince them that you are going to make their lives better. Not solely because you're not him.
Right.
And that's what so far I have seen is missing in a lot of this.
And I think kind of similar to what you're talking about, it's like fighting stupid culture wars over rainbow fucking sidewalks and sending our National Guard out for things that they know are stupid is kind of a big, like run on that. Like, that's stupid, and he's stupid, and he doesn't do enough for Texans. He's harming our education system.
But see, I disagree. Don't run on that.
But then that's where you interject your policy. Like, what can you do? Like with Trump and the Department of Education cutting the special education department of the education department. It's like huge. Like that's especially for Texans. Like, so what are we going to do about that? Like, if she can create her own plans to say like, hey, this is how we're going to protect special education in Texas. Like, that's something to run on.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, ignore the culture wars. All right. We know it's stupid. Don't give it any emphasis to it. Right. Don't give it any gas. Just let it die out. Focus on what actually matters to the people of Texas in terms of, like cost of living, gas, education, like the things that like matter to everyday people, not these stupid little culture wars that he's fighting left and right, right? Like just, okay, whatever. He wants to get rid of crosswalks. Let's move on, right? Crosswalks don't matter to the people in North Texas. Yeah. Right.
Amarillo doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Texarkana don't have crosswalks.
And this is coming from a queer. Like, I'm not saying that you have to ignore the LGBTQ population, but that's not the focus, right? The focus isn't on the stupid shit that he's doing. The focus is on what are you going to do that is going to better the lives of everyday Texans.
Yeah. I think the other side too is we on the left, we have to do better on the left. like we gotta hold a meeting,
to say the least. Because
I understand there's a huge knock against like incrementalism, and that's like how small change kind of. Yeah, I know. I noticed that it went out.
Why didn't you say that?
Oh, it just kind of went down.
Oh, it just happened. Okay, you keep going.
But how incrementalism is this method of governance that doesn't really serve people in the long run. I think that's kind of the thing. It's time to take the lead from Trump and just sweeping change. Just say fuck it.
Yeah. Like,
we're going to try and figure out healthcare for all in Texas. Like, we're one of the largest economies in this state. We're we have a GDP as large as many countries. Like, we can afford to.
Yeah, we really can. I mean, we have our own electric grid.
Yeah.
So why not? All right. Well, you bring up your phone. My phone decided I'm tired. I'm not connecting. It's fine. For those of you watching.
Lastly, in case you missed it, Netflix spends on podcasts. Did you hear about this?
No. Are we going to Netflix? No, I mean, you connect your phone.
Don't worry about it. It'll be on you for the rest of the show.
No, it will not.
Yes, it will.
Tell me about it.
So Netflix just recently announced a deal with the Ringer podcast network and Bill Simmons. For the listeners who don't know who Bill Simmons is he is the sports guy. He was one of the first people, along with like Mark Maron, to even have a podcast. Tremendously popular. Before everyone else, created this tremendously popular network of podcasts to deal with movies, some that deal with politics, some that deal with television, on and on and on and on. Netflix has essentially created a deal where now they are going to have the Ringer Network and their podcasts on Netflix. So I think this is a new wave for podcast viewership.
Well, yeah, because which is why I was just struggling to put the camera back on.
Did you see the timing?
Video podcasting is kind of where it's at these days, right? That's why YouTube got into podcasting, because they saw how big it was, right? Vlogging, not so much. Video podcasts. So we're going to Netflix, people.
That's Netflix. Call us,
please.
You need Latino representation.
You really do, and we're funny.
Yeah,
most of the time, even dark, grim places.
And then we could definitely get Jewel on the pod.
Yeah.
So let's switch gears to
the mighty big news. You wanted to talk about this.
I thought it was gonna be bigger.
That's what she said.
Hey. Last Saturday held the No Kings March across the United States.
It was bigger than the first one.
It was. So I think the counts estimates or something was like 2,100 to 2,500 different protests across the country.
Totaling something like 7 million
people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I get. Let's just kind of break it down by a few facets. First off, how do you feel about the impact? Because while it gets bigger, I feel like muted.
Yeah,
it would be what I say.
Yeah, I don't think it really did much. I mean, this is kind of how I feel about these protests in general, like these marches that we do. It doesn't really accomplish anything because it's not disruptive. And kind of to go on the point that Paul was making a while ago, there's no sacrifice involved in it, right? If this march happened...
It was a lot more campy this time.
Yeah, if this march happened on Monday, or if this protest happened on a Monday, on a work day, and people left their jobs, right? And, you know, like disrupted the flow of traffic on a busy work day, like, then maybe there would be more around it. But we had it on a Saturday when people were off and nothing's really happening downtown. It looked amazing in some of these major cities, DC, New York, Chicago, San Francisco, LA. It looked amazing, right? Texas is Texas, and it was a bit more.
Austin and San Antonio showed out.
Yeah, I mean, they did, but it still was a bit like,
yeah,
it's cute, you know? So it's kind of how I feel on my TikTok feed. The SNL news segment, what is it called?
Weekend Update.
The Weekend Update. They had a story where it was like, you know, protesters in Portland decided to protest against ICE agents by riding their bicycles naked, and surprisingly, nothing changed. Right? Like that's what it feels like. It feels very symbolic. It feels a bit like it's not really, okay, great. There's 7 million of us that at the very least are willing to get up and out of our house to go voice the fact that we are discontent. Well, why don't the 7 million of us do something that will actually impact? Because this ain't it. You know, this just ain't it. What is 3%, right? That's the tipping point?
3.5.
3.5%?
So we needed like 2.5 more million. So we're getting closer.
We're getting close, you know, but still, it's not doing anything.
I don't want to take that take. I'm not saying I disagree with you, but I don't want to take that take only because I think we live through the lens of the internet too much. And what I mean is, impact in 2025 really is another coded way of saying virality. And so like if the thing doesn't go viral, it doesn't count. And I'm going to say this is my tinfoil hat moment for a hot second. I legit think that the major social media platforms, mostly Meta, Twitter, obviously, and Instagram, which is also Meta.
TikTok.
TikTok too, yeah. But I think they suppressed a lot of, compared to past protests, I feel like this would have been much more viral. I think a lot of people were on their phones. A lot of people were taking things. And I didn't see much.
All I saw were a couple of snippets from like the San Antonio Current or whatever, just showing what happened in Texas.
And I think that I would not be surprised if there was a concerted campaign from Facebook and Meta to suppress it, like in its algorithms that day, to appease Trump so that he wouldn't be mad.
I don't even think that's a tinfoil hat moment. I think that is just reading the tea leaves. You know,
I mean, yeah,
it just is what it is. You know, like Meta has become a very big supporter of the Trump administration, and to curry favor, why not? They have the power to do it.
Because you know what I feel went more viral than it, and also didn't get talked about a lot was, did you see the Trump video, the AI video of him shitting on crowds?
No.
You are amazing to me sometimes at how disconnected you be. Wow. Okay. It's amazing.
I don't subscribe.
This is like you
like
did
that.
not see Hot Ones. And then the homie Chris texted us and was like, that was the biggest crock of shit ever.
I hadn't.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So this was, I want to say, during or shortly after the No Kings protest. Basically, Trump hadn't said a whole lot about it prior to it happening. There seemed like there was this big Republican fear-mongering rush.
Yeah. I saw that. We're like, we're going to deploy the National
they're going to be tearing things down.
know.
And there, as far as I think there was like 0 arrests.
Yeah.
So very big on the peaceful protest front. But Trump, and I almost want you to look this up because it's so bad. Truthed out on his platform an AI generated video of him getting into like an F-16 fighter jet, wearing a crown, flying over No Kings protests, and the jet is dropping shit.
Wow.
Like shit bombs on the protesters.
Yeah.
And just kind of like a giant fuck you to everyone. And again, I hate playing the back and forth. Like if had Obama done that, or even like Hillary with the deplorables comment, and how the right machine just.
If Obama was tearing down the East Wing of the White House.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it's just incredible to me. I think this is why, going back to why I don't want to take your position or take on this, is because I do think that sometimes the No Kings March in the history that will be written, it's going to be tiny, but it will also kind of symbolize that, again, we're reaching tipping points, and we're also doing things face to face where virality that we're sort of looking for is almost like this weird pat on the head to say, I did a good job.
Yeah.
Like everyone knows Victor Wembanyama and Otani just had amazing games because that shit went everywhere.
Yeah.
All across social media, it was in front of everyone's face. And yet 7 million people in 2,100, 2,500 different cities, it's just kind of like blip.
Yeah.
And I think that's where I refuse to kind of take that take.
I will say that what it does do is if there's anyone that's on the fence, right, or anyone that's unsure, at least it brings visibility to the fact that like, oh, there are many of us out there that feel this way, right? So if you're concerned, then know that you're not alone, right? Like you can dip your toes in the water if you're feeling this way. So I think it does a really good job of that. I'm also really curious, kind of to what you're saying on the face-to-face front of it, is like how much of this then bleeds into an actual organizational aspect, right? How much was this a way to get people together and then be like, all right, we are organizing X, Y, and Z, right? So we need people to, I don't know what they're to do, but like call your senators. We're organizing like a phone thing, or we're going canvassing door to door, like whatever, right? Like, how does this then translate into real world action rather than symbolic outrage? And it could be happening, right? That moment of being in person on the street with a whole bunch of other people, like, is an opportune moment to kind of try and spread awareness about what is happening operationally on the ground that you may otherwise not be aware of because it's being suppressed by the social media algorithms.
Right.
So it has its values, right? It has its merits.
Something.
Its merits,
right.
Yes.
It's not nothing, but it was something. I think. I guess my question, or just a question to you, is, does the No Kings protest, do we do another one?
What I think would be far more impactful is a kind of march on Washington. Right, the kind of the civil rights era.
7 million people in Washington would be sick.
That would make it a difference, right?
Actually, I think that's a fantastic idea.
I think all these local ones are great, but again, it's convenient. So, right? Like I went during the day for the block party that, anywho, was what it was. My husband went for the march later on, right? It's convenient. You just go down the street and there you are and you do your little thing. Then you go back home and, go to the grocery store and cook dinner. But I think the idea of like, no, we are all marching on Washington starts to make a much bigger impact, right?
I think that's a great idea.
So that is where, like, if we're going to do this again, that should be the goal.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I agree. I think organizers are in this weird, wacky space of what equates to a success in 2025 is so hard to quantify, because I think we view success as either change or finance. And this was neither.
Well, I see success as progress, right?
Change
is the goal,
Right.
But change happens incrementally, right? So like some sort of progress, like the needle just needs to be moved a little bit, right? Did this protest
I think it did.
strengthen the opposition's base? Did this protest convince anyone that maybe they made the wrong choice in 2024 and should use the midterms as a chance to voice their dissent? Did this protest, empower other individuals, right? Like that kind of progress, I think, is a success. I don't expect these marches to flip the system, because that's, I think, irrational to believe, right?
Well, so,
unrealistic.
Sure. I ascribe to the Malcolm Gladwell tipping point theory, which is that everything, like, it's almost like nothing happens, but then everything happens all at once. And so according to his tipping point theory, like, that's just the way things go, is it's like, maybe there's small incremental things that you feel like aren't making any sort of reasonable amount of progress, but then it hits this point where then next thing you know, I mean, dude, who knows? The Epstein files could be released next week. Maybe. And then we have another No Pedos march, and 10 million people finally show up. Yeah. And Senator Mike Johnson can't hide behind it anymore. And then he's ousted while the East Wing is destroyed. You know what I mean? Like that, things like that could happen. But, and so I think it's also, solidarity is important. And I think we who aren't MAGA enthusiasts should take it well, like better than maybe I think we're even thinking. Because like, we're not alone in this. I think sometimes when the right wins, they really like to dance on our heads because that's what they do. And I think when they do that, it creates this sort of vacuum on the Democratic side, like right now in particular, where it's like, who's going to run for president? What's going to happen? Who's it? And that's bad.
Yeah.
And I think that hurts our, again, feelings of hope. And going back to the Gina running against Abbott of it all, it's like, we want hope and change again. We want someone who's giving us a reason to vote for them. Yeah. And sometimes I think right now, y'all, like, we just got to look at ourselves and be like, we got each other. And we're not psychos who defend this asshole.
Yeah. It does give a glimmer of hope of like, okay, there are a lot of us that are pissed off, that are discontent, that see the writing on the wall, as it were, right? So it is a nice morale boost, of all this shit that I've been internally outraging over, or externally on this podcast. I'm not the only one, and to see 7 million people come out of their homes is inspiring. I think the Capricorn moon in me wants to see the practical results of it. Like, what comes next, right? This is inspiring. Yay. And what's the next step?
Sure.
So that it doesn't just die as a symbolic gesture.
And maybe that's also something to look forward to, that when I say we, I actually generally mean like the populace can do, that I think we're failing at, which is the majority of the population don't lack civics education. They lack media literacy. But they also really tend to fail at what you're talking about, which is, how do we make change for ourselves? Yeah. Like, we can just do things outside of the government, y'all. Like, we can create social clubs. We can create like, have you seen the Scream Clubs?
No.
You'd be so out of the loop sometimes. I want to say it started in Chicago. At the, one of the Great Lakes, Lake Michigan, I assume. I'm not a geographer.
That big one.
The big one. all those big ones.
The big one that Chicago shares a border with.
Right. Where it was this club of people that through social media meet up usually like once a month or once a week, and they just stand in front of the Great Lakes and all just scream out their frustrations. And now it started, like now they do it at Lake Travis in Austin.
Okay.
And like other parts of the country.
Yeah.
They'll just go out.
We can do that.
Like, and I think those are sort of, again, like ways of connecting to find other people who understand the politics of the moment, but also can connect to other people who, yes, it's silly, but you know what else is silly is an asshole who thinks I'm going to make $1 million gold Trump visa.
Mm-hmm.
That's silly. That's
silly.
stupid.
Yeah.
And so
create a meetup, people.
Yeah.
Do
it. Just do it. Like, just do the thing. Because the other thing I was going to say about the No Kings rally is do you keep any like Republican or right wing family or friends on social media?
None that are vocal about it. I'm sure there are some there.
Got you. I noticed there's a lack of vocalness in them, but also the few that I had who were sort of like, how could it be? And basically, again, spouting the parroting what Fox News says and the right outrage apparatus. A lot of it was that, like, how can they be kings and you're allowed to do this? Like, this is evidence that this is stupid. And I even saw one post that was like, great, you got 7 million people, but we got this. And it showed like the electoral wins and such. But again, I think they're running out of gas. I think it's less and less. Mm-hmm. I think people are starting to just get woke.
Yeah. The only ones that are in my orbit are my husband's parents. Mm-hmm. They are historically Republicans, right? But they are not MAGA by any stretch of the imagination. And so I know he talks to his parents quite extensively about what is going on in the world, right? And they are the kind that are willing to listen, right, and learn. So that's where, like, I don't have any MAGA in my life. But yeah, they're running out of gas.
They're running out of gas, yo.
Let's get out of here. All right, now to close this off, we've got the week in movies, where we talk about the movies that we saw over the week, and we both have 3, so let's just one and one them, shall we?
You go first.
All right, first, we went and saw One Battle After Another, that new movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, amongst other Benicio del Toro. Phenomenal.
Awesome.
Phenomenal.
All right.
Comparing it with like an Eddington of sorts, right? But this one, like, just kind of kept its foot on the gas the whole time from the start. It was like, all right, we're going. And just versus Eddington was like slow burn, hard pedal to the metal. But yeah, just really great. And the acting, the performance, the story that it was telling, really inspiring for the times, right? Highly recommend.
All right.
Give it a 4.8.
Here for it.
What about you?
My first one is Task.
Okay.
Which is on HBO. It is actually a limited series. I want to say there's 9 episodes, or 7 or 9. I don't remember.
Okay.
Stars Mark Ruffalo. Did you ever see The Mayor of Easttown?
No. Okay. But I know it's the same creator.
Same creator.
Yeah.
It's without giving too much. It was phenomenal. It was beautifully done.
I love a limited series.
I would highly recommend Task. Mark Ruffalo is exceptional.
Always is. Always welcome on the pod.
Always welcome. It sets itself up as this crime. Like, you almost think it's going to be stereotypical, like, okay, we got this detective who's cynical about being a cop or he's FBI, and you have this criminal over here, and eventually their paths are going to collide, and it's going to be a cat and mouse situation. It's really not. It's really about people and how it's really about grief in this weird way, but it's so good. So I highly recommend Task.
All right, Task it is. The other one that we went to go see was Good Boy.
Yes.
Good Boy, bad movie.
Oof.
Yeah.
Damn.
In my opinion.
No, I had hopes for it.
My husband loved it. Okay. But it was very Waiting for Godot-ish, in that is the movie where nothing happened. And it it was a lot of the same, right?
Gotcha.
The premise for anyone that doesn't know is it's supposed to be a horror movie, but through the perspective of the dog, right?
Yes.
So even the people in the movie, you almost never see their face, right? And so the vast majority of this movie is shots of the dog looking concerned at shadows that are moving. And it never really goes anywhere, unfortunately. And then spoiler?
Go ahead.
Spoiler. So essentially, I think what they doubled down on was that the ghost was cancer. And you know how they say that dogs can smell cancer in other people, right? And this is what the dog was seeing, was this cancer that ultimately killed his owner. And so they tried to like manifest it in a sort of shadowy figure.
If that's how you felt about that one, I highly recommend to you this film called Presence. I think it's on HBO. It's floating around. It was on HBO. It's a ghost story from the perspective of the ghost. But you're gonna be like, this is kind of weird. But honestly, Lucy Liu's in it. She's awesome. I forget the actor who plays the dad, but he's awesome in it. It kind of positioned itself as this weird like, oh, this is horrific. It's not. It's actually, you're watching a family drama.
Yeah.
And yes, this ghost is there, but oftentimes it's very voyeuristic and you're just
interesting.
And then the twist, I don't want to spoil that one, but
I'll go watch it.
Presence is highly recommended.
The thing about this one was like, it was great in concept, right? The concept of it sounds fantastic. And you know, hats off to the filmmakers because it's funny. They even included their own documentary at the end of the movie about how the movie was made. A little 15-minute documentary. Okay. It took them 4 years to film the movie.
Damn.
The dog was not some trained dog. It was literally him, his wife, and their dog. Right. And so that was the whole crew too, because if there were too many people, the dog would get distracted and things like that. They talked about how like 1 8-second clip of the movie took an entire production day to get, right? So like hats off to you for like making the effort and doing it. But it was just, I think it was just a bad movie. It was just bad execution. So sorry.
Happens. My film that I just saw, it's on Netflix. It's called The Good Neighbor. It was powerful. I don't think they stuck the landing, but here's the gist. The whole, another sort of experimental shot film. This movie is all told through police body cams around this particular.
I think I saw clips.
Yes.
Okay.
There's this woman who's a white woman. And essentially she calls the cops on her neighbors like constantly. And it's a lot of just like, there's kids playing near her apartment complex and she's like freaking the fuck out. And I don't want to like give too much away about it, but it really shows like this sort of building tension until eventually like someone does get shot and you're like, what the fuck? But then it also follows like the detective interviews and on and on and on. It didn't stick the landing well for me. I know what they were going for, but the way that I did find it very effective was, have you ever lived in an apartment complex or anything where like you had to deal with someone like a neighbor that you're like, fuck, it's that crazy asshole again? Or like any kind of living situation like that?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. I have a few times, like one, because West Side, but two, when I was living actually on this side of town, like I just had this one shit, like I lived in this apartment complex where on my floor, all of our front doors basically like hit this little cove where they faced each other essentially.
Yeah.
And there was this one chick who lived in an apartment, like not next to me, but next to my next door neighbor. And she had a boyfriend who would just come in and would just like beat the brakes off of her. And like, I wasn't there for most of it, but I had this other neighbor who was across from me and he was like this Buddhist and he was great. Shout out to Matt, white Matt. He would come over some days and be like, hey man, I don't know if you know this, because they were direct neighbors.
Yeah.
He's like, I think she's getting hit. And you're like, what the fuck? And so like, I have to start like tuning in to like, is this dude bouncing her off the walls or not?
Yeah.
And then sometimes they'd be cute and snuggly. And then like, sure enough, one time, like I'm hearing glass break. So I have to knock on their door and be like, hey, you come to my apartment. And I get him. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, no, this shit. And you're like, why am I dealing with other people who are strangers?
Yeah.
You know, police would get called and shit. And they're
You were the good neighbor.
in that instance, I was the good neighbor. I don't deal with that. Yeah, shit. Because it's like, bro, no. But yeah, it's kind of, it's a lot of that. It taps into that, like, fuck, like, you know, or you got that one weird work colleague where you're like, fuck, is she really gonna like narc us out on or whatever? You know, like, what is she doing?
Yeah.
What are they doing? What is he doing? Like,
interesting. And this one's on HBO? Netflix. All right. The last one that we watched, we just watched it a couple nights ago for the first time, Heretic.
Oh yeah, I love Heretic
with Hugh Grant. Yes, fantastic. Tickled my theological heart. So good. Like I'm so here for like smart villains, right? Or these intellectual discourse that happened in that movie. Yeah. Really fucking, I thought nicely creepy. Great, you know, makeup.
Tense.
Very tense. What's her face? Sophia.
Yes,
Taylor.
the dark-haired one.
Yeah, Tanner Taylor. Sophia. I think her name was Sophia. The actress really kills it. I miscalled it. As soon as the movie started and they were like walking up to like his house, I was like, the blonde one, she dies first.
Sophie Thatcher.
There you go. Who was recently in Companion. Killed it in Companion.
Companion was good.
So yeah, if you haven't seen Heretic, like pretty damn good, especially like if you watch the Hugh Grant movies of the 90s.
They play with that, like, you know, Hugh Grant, and now you're seeing him like this.
Yeah,
and you're like, wow,
really, really cool. So is that an underrated favorite? Did it like
I would
not get the burn
say so.
that it needed? I think it had like a 7.1 on IMDb, so like at the very least, like it's regarded as a pretty good movie.
The only times I hear anyone not like it's a very talky.
It is.
Film.
It is. But in a good, I mean,
I think it's an exceptional script.
Yeah.
And like what they're talking about, the tension just in the conversation, the subtext,
the way he delivers, he delivers.
And I just think sometimes people don't like that.
Yeah. They want horror.
Yeah.
Blood. Yeah. Scream.
Multiple kills.
Murder chases.
Right.
Yeah. Well, here for it. If you need a Halloween movie, something creepy, tense, it's a thriller.
Yeah.
It's not a horror, it's a thriller. Go for it.
And my last one, it's an old one, but I've talked about it at length, but in the same, hey, horror vibe. It's Halloween next week. Hell House LLC, usually always on Prime. If you got it, an underrated found footage film that we just watched the other day. You and Corey were invited over to the house to watch it with JR and Pinto. And
yeah.
And they made it. They got so fucking scared. It was great. It's a turn the lights off. Just let it burn. Just let it cook. It's the whole premise is, you know, those like what are they called? Haunted houses, but like the fun ones. You know, this haunted, like 13th floor.
Yeah.
So it's this group of friends who they do these haunted houses and stuff. And they got a haunted house that is a haunted house. And so it's all documentary style shit.
I love it.
Yeah.
We'll have to go watch it.
Yeah. Hell House LLC. And then there's a whole like 5 films of it now, and it gets weird.
Okay.
Like they build lore in this, and for as simple as the first one is, you're like, they took some choices, and I fucking ride for all of them. I love Hell House.
We'll start with the original.
But yeah, watch the OG.
We have a list of the movies that we're going to be watching in the next week or so to keep celebrating spooky season.
There we go.
Let us know if there's any that you've watched that we need to put on our list. And as we get ready to depart, we'd like to close with some motivational messages, inspirational words of sorts.
Yeah.
And as I've been doing these past few episodes, I pulled a tarot card. I actually did it before you came over. And it ties in very much into everything that we were talking about today. Today it is brought to you by the Ten of Wands reversed. And the Ten of Wands is all about the burdens that we carry and how sometimes we are overburdened. And the way that I'm reading this inversion is that you have to share the load. All right. and not just in a piggy sex way.
Yeah.
You have to, share that burden and know that you can, because all of us seem to be carrying, at least 7 million of us are all carrying a very similar burden, right? And it is through community. It is through that shared group mentality, the group planning, the communal aspect of it all, that we will get through this, right? You can't carry it all by yourself. So make sure that you are reaching out and touching faith, and getting connected with the people around you if you're feeling a bit overburdened, because that is how we will get through this, is together.
Togetherness.
That is my motivational message.
My motivational message is try to recognize the season that you're in.
Oh,
and
spooky season.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I even forgot a little bit that things end. And I kind of always live by that philosophy. Like, I'm going to end. We're all going to end. It just happens.
We just watched Everything Everywhere All at Once last night, and it's like nothing matters.
Nothing. Yeah.
Because it all
goes back to the everything bagel.
Yeah.
And I guess what I think the troubles end. One day, all of this is going to end. Mm-hmm. I don't expect this to last forever. I don't even expect it to last my full lifetime. I felt like, I think I hit a moment today thinking of prepping for the pod where I was like, fuck, man, like, when is this going to end? When is it going to be over with? When is the, And, I thought, I remember being younger in my lifetime and thinking that we were never going to have a black president. And we did. Mm-hmm. Probably could happen again. Kamala didn't lose by a whole lot.
Yeah.
But also just sort of understanding that even in your own personal life, that like the troubles happen, man.
Yeah.
And they're okay.
Yeah.
Like,
this too shall pass, as it were.
Yeah. And, but also that recognizing that you're in a season can also let you appreciate the season that you're in.
Mm-hmm. Very much so. Very Buddhist of you.
Thank you.
The idea of impermanence. Everything passes.
Everything.
Both the bad times and the good times, right? So cherish them while you got them.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate y'all tapping in.
So happy that you were here, took the time to listen to us. Look at that, under 2 hours.
Yeah,
just
buddy.
barely, but we did it. We have a few more of these, right? I think the next time we meet is in November. We usually break for the holidays, so we'll see what's happening. We got some major life events happening, but we'll still be here with you for a few more weeks for sure. Don't forget to like, subscribe, rate, review, all of that jazz. If you've been enjoying this podcast, please help us get the word out there so that other people can enjoy that podcast. Maybe we get sponsors.
Maybe.
We need new mics. In the meantime, if people want to find you, Rooster, where can they find you?
They can find me on Instagram at ROOSTMTZ. Where can they find you, Chibby?
They can also find me on the gram because I'm a Spice Girls millennial. GEMINEYES. They can find me at the Vortex next Sunday.
Ew.
On the stage of the Vortex. Hope to see as many of my Austin friends out there. Don't forget we got merch too.
Awesome.
Rocking the hoodies. We got some really badass hoodies with aliens on them, among other things. You can go check it out at puropinchepod.com/pod.
Thank y'all for tuning in. We'll be back again in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Whenever we can.
Until then, stay safe out there, people.
Yeah.